Hi everyone, Jennifer back again today with another video for you. Today I'm doing part 2 of a video that I put up on Thursday. Thursday's was of a layout for my daughter's book, and today is a layout for my son's book, but they are the same event. So here I'm showing you the 3 pictures that I'm going to be using on his layout and some of the items that I've pulled sitting to the right there. I just realized I didn't ink the edges on this cloud, so I'm going to do that quick. This collection is from Echo Park, and it's called Life is Good. It's a little bit of an older collection, I think maybe from 2010. Here are the circles that I've cut with my Colozzle, and here's the background page that I'll be using. So for my daughter's page, I did the same layout where you'll see I'm going to work vertically down the center of the page. It was fun to do the same thing for both of them using the same collection, but see how they turned out differently. There are differences between the two. So this is going to be how I do the layout of the circles in the photos. And then I'm just going to use the circles as a base for my embellishment clusters. If you didn't see the video that I put up on Thursday, be sure to check that out. I will include a picture in the still shots at the end of this video of the layout that I did for her so you can see the two. Here I'm just going to start by putting the embellishments on the top circle, which include this cloud that I've traced from a piece of acetate, which I will show you a little bit later. I've traced it, cut it out, and then I stitched around it with white floss, and then I inked the edges. I've inked the edges on pretty much everything, the photos, the photo mats, the circles, and the embellishments, just so that there's some similarity throughout the whole layout. And then this You Make Me Smile is a chipboard sticker, which I have put on with foam tape. And I'm going to try to get this arrow on there, but I'm not going to end up liking anywhere that I try to put it, so I'm going to set it aside. And I know I want a third item on that circle, and that's going to end up being this button. This label has lines on it, so that's where I'll do my journaling. But I'm going to take this Amy Tan stamp, and stamp at the top of the label. It's going to say Crazy Fun. And then on the bottom, I'm going to use my Jumbo Stampin' Up! Roller stamp and just stamp the year, which was 1997. So these are older film pictures that I'm scrapbooking for my kids that are now 20 and 25. And I only have one copy of each picture, so when I can, I divide them up so that I can get some of all of them in each of their books. So on her page, there's a picture of both of them in it, and then there are 2 pictures of just her blowing bubbles. I do have some photos where that dividing up does not work out well, so I'm going to have to try to figure out how to get some copies made of a few of them because I don't have the negatives either, but I'll figure that out later. So I've added a brad to that second circle with the journaling card, and now I've moved down to the third circle. And I love the houses included in this collection, and I like putting a house on the layout because they're at home on the back deck. And then this little chipboard says One Summer Day. I believe that's an old Making Memories chipboard, as is the brad, I believe. And then I have this little wood veneer bird that I'm going to perch there by the house. And that's going to be it for that circle. I'm going to try to get the arrow on that one, and I'm not going to like it there either, so that poor arrow is not going to end up on the page anywhere. And I'm happy with how I have everything, so I'm going to go ahead and start sticking everything down to the page. I've drawn a line with my pencil just directly down the middle of the page, and that's what I'm going to use to line everything up and make sure it's straight. I've really been enjoying working down the center of my page lately. There are a couple videos where you'll notice that I'm using that as my layout. So the cloud here I'm going to show you, it's an acetate piece that I got in an old Scraptastic kit, and I just kind of use it as a pattern and I trace it and cut it out of different papers. I almost used the actual acetate piece on this one, but the color was just a little bit off. And then I thought, oh, it would be cute to stitch it. So I went ahead and traced it and cut it out, and then I was able to stitch the paper. You'll see that better in the close-ups at the end. So I'm just going to finish getting everything glued down to the page. I could have glued the circles down before I put everything on them, but it's just easier to handle them, and I like putting them down last in case I want to stitch anything on them. I don't have to stitch through as many layers of paper. I'm going to go ahead and add the manufacturer strips that I've cut away from the paper. I'm going to put 2 of them down in the bottom left. And then I'm going to put 1 manufacturer strip up in the top right along with that piece with the S on it. That has been floating around my room for forever, and I don't even know who it's by, but I did that because my son's name is Skylar, so it has an S on it. I thought it was the perfect time to get it on a layout. And it matches perfectly. It's hard to see until you get to the close-ups, but the polka dots on that piece are the same aqua color that I'm using in the layout. And I'm going to stitch through these, which you'll see at the end. In my journaling, you'll see at the end. I'm just going to add some Stampin' Up! Candy dots to a couple of these circles. And that will wrap up my layout. So watch for the still shots to follow so you get a better picture of the embellishments and the stitching, and then there will also be a picture of the layout I did for my daughter at the end. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll be back again real soon. Have a great day.